looks like the Epstein files. I promise you, I've been told one thing about my adoption. To this day, now I get confused because my whole life I've known one thing, and then I met my biological family. My adopted mom did not want us to find our biological parents at all. Like my sister, her adoption papers are blacked out, but not just blacked out. Like you can't even put a UV light blacked out. It looks like the Epstein files. I promise you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back, or I should say welcome to the Voices of Adoption. And I am here with the amazing, talented, beautiful, self-aware Shawnee.
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
I love the self-aware part.
You are. I'm seeing that.
Look, we're working on it. Very much so.
Mm-hmm. You're doing it.
Thank you.
So I am so excited to have you
I'm excited to be here
on my very first episode of the podcast. So thank you so much for popping my podcast cherry.
Oh, hell yeah. I got y'all, don't worry.
Yeah. So I just want to introduce yourself first with your name, age, kind of with this being adoption, who adopted you, and kind of where as well.
Okay. All right. Hey, y'all. So my name is Shawnee. I am 27 years old. I'll be 28 in May.
Okay, happy early birthday.
Thank you. We get in there. It's only 4 months away.
What is that, Taurus?
Gemini.
Okay.
First day.
Okay.
Yep. But I am from Chicago. I was born on the north side. And I did get adopted, and I got raised in the suburbs. So I grew up in Oak Lawn. Who adopted me? I was adopted through Catholic Charities, and my adopted mom is who I end up with.
Okay. Awesome. Is your adopted mom, is she Catholic?
She's Lutheran. They're Lutheran. I grew up in a church, so
okay.
Not really Catholic though. Like that part didn't make sense, but
it didn't make sense.
Yeah,
okay.
I was like, okay, that's a weird agency, but sure, go crazy.
And did she have any like biological kids, or do you have like any siblings? I should just ask.
So it's actually funny with my siblings because I have a lot. I've never been an only child.
Okay.
Even though I wish. So she has 3 of her own biologically, but so does my father. He has 3 of his own biologically. So, and then they both were married separately before they met each other. They met each other in like their 50s, got married, and then they adopted us 5. Wow. So I'm one of 5.
Wow.
And none of us are blood related. We're all just adopted. My mom used to have a foster house.
Okay.
Well, a foster home in our house when we were growing up. So the way she tells me is basically the agency would call her and be like, hey, we have a child who needs care, and they get it set up. And that's how she basically got all of us. Like we were kind of fostered and then just ended up keeping us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like having 5 siblings, all not blood related, that's a lot in the house.
It is. It was, and one of them she's my age, so we're 4 months apart. So she's January of 98, I'm May of 98. So that was very interesting growing up.
How was that growing up?
We hated each other growing up. And we have talked about this, and I even told her, I'm just like,
really?
Yes, because we have been pinned up against each other since birth, literally birth, since birth. They started with our middle names being the same, and then like changing the one letter in hers.
Wow.
Which didn't really, when we got older, it kind of pissed her off a little bit. But yeah, no, we did not get along at all when we were kids. Yeah, we could ask anybody. They all knew, like, oh my God, like Laura and Shawnee do not get along. But now we get along. Now we talk. And I told her, I'm like, we were pinned up against each other since forever. Wow. They always, because they always would, compare Laura to me. Like, why don't you do good like Shawnee? Why don't you do this like Shawnee? Which in retaliation made her despise me because nothing she did was good enough unless she did it like me. And yeah, it was it was a lot.
Wow. How did that make you feel then?
Now realizing it now, it's kind of like, what the fuck? It's pardon my language,
no,
but
it
really was like, are you serious? Like, why would you do that? Like, she didn't even have a chance to try to get to know me at a sister level. It's like we were automatically in competition from the start. And we used to share a room growing up. So it was even harder because it's just like you have two, two girls. We're the same age. We're sisters.
Yeah.
But we don't like each other.
Did you not like her too when you were younger? Did you feel that same way, or?
I tried to be cool with her. She used to bully me with her friends and like stuff, so I didn't like that. And that just made me not like her.
Yeah,
so then it just got to the point. I mean, it really started in kindergarten. After kindergarten, we weren't allowed to be in the same class.
Really?
She put me on the red light. I cried. I got put on the red light because of her. I forgot what happened.
What is the red light? Excuse me?
So in kindergarten, we had like the red light, green light, yellow light for behavior.
Yeah.
And so she, I forgot, we were in the same kindergarten class, and she got me on the red light. I don't know what she lied about, or she did something, told the teacher. I got in trouble, but I wasn't the one who got in trouble. I think she did it, and I could be wrong. She could correct me too. But like, she got me on the red light, went home, and it was a huge thing. And then my mom's like, I'll talk to the school. She talked to the school, and then next thing you know, me and my sister are never in a class together.
Wow.
For our entire time going to school, all the way up through high school, we were never in a class together after kindergarten because we couldn't get along.
Yeah.
And that's why I say we were pinned up against each other before we even had a chance to learn each other.
Yeah, always, like, from such a young age. Do you think that was your mom who did that?
Oh, it definitely was my mom.
Wow. Why do you think she would do that? Do you know, have you asked her, like, why she did that?
She's a narcissist. I don't know.
Oh my God!
I think she's a narcissist, and she's a Pisces. So I don't.
Not all Pisces are narcissists, though, guys.
Not all Pisces.
All Pisces.
I love Pisces. Like, my best friend is a Pisces. I'm surrounded by Pisces, but that Pisces, no. Sorry.
That's a lot.
It is.
Having a narcissistic mom who's got fostered 5 kids, and then she adopts 5 kids then too.
So she fostered so many more kids. Like, there's all in my parents' house, there's all over the wall are frames of all the kids she's fostered, and it's just so many because she was doing it for a while before, like, I was born. She was doing it, and then it was just a lot of kids fostered, but we were the ones that stayed, I guess.
Stayed as in you just didn't get placed, or how does that work?
I think she just chose us. I don't know. I don't see that, and that part to this day now I get confused because it's like I've been told one thing about my adoption, and my whole life I've known one thing, and then I met my biological family and I got court documents, I got papers I've never seen before, and then it just got confusing.
What got confusing?
The whole adoption story, like, it's like my adopted mom did not want us to find our biological parents at all. Like, my sister that we hated each other, her adoption papers are blacked out, but not just blacked out, like you can't even put a UV light blacked out. Like, they were blacked out, copied, and blacked out again, and copied again.
Dang.
Like, they're all of it, like the entire page. It looks like the Epstein files. I promise you, our adoption papers, if they even had them, because they claimed they didn't have our adoption papers. They claimed they lost them over the years, but I've seen hers blacked out like the Epstein files, probably even more. Like, it's
so she really did not want you guys to know like your roots and just where you come from. Wow.
So when I found my biological mom, she was pissed.
How'd you even find her?
I did a DNA test through Ancestry. Okay. So that's what, and I started because my sister Laura did one, and she's like, you should do one. And like, hers still confusing. Mine got a little bit less confusing, but I got connected to my great aunt Sharon on there. And she's still living to this day. Shout
out Sharon.
Shout out my great aunt Sharon. I love you. She's amazing. She was on there because she's full-blooded Native American. So that's where the Native American in me comes from, my great aunt, and like that side of my grandma's. So she was always on there, and then I got connected, and then at the same time I was doing that, I was physically like in Chicago looking for clues and just other things with my ex-partner, and we were just looking to find if we could figure anything out. So we went all the way back to where my grandma used to live, which is on 71st and Western in Chicago. So that's where, that was the last address that I had known or that I could find online that they all were registered to. And so we went out there. It was obviously a new family, you know, it's not there. So we went to the Sharks right there on the corner, and I was just in my phone, and I was like, and I called my mom, and I asked her, I was like, so you can't remember nothing? Like, all these years she's told me I don't remember nothing. I don't remember no details about her. Yeah. I'm like, so you can't remember not one thing about this lady? You're telling me you can't remember nothing? All of a sudden, mind you, I've been looking for my biological mom since I was 16. So at this point, I'm 23. So I'm pretty sure I was 23. But at this point, I'm 23. So I'm looking like there's nothing. Like, I've been trying for this long already. Like, you gotta help me out here. And then she finally, out of nowhere, remembers my biological mom's maiden name. So I looked it up on Facebook, found a Facebook. And mind you, I've found Facebooks where I thought I found my biological mom, and it wasn't. So I didn't want to get my hopes up again. So I found the Facebook, and it's an old Facebook. But I'm like, okay, she has my face. I'm like, I don't know what this lady looks like. But she looks a lot like me. So I'm just like, I think that might be her. And I messaged that Facebook. And so I'm sitting in the Sharks when we were waiting on our food. All of a sudden, I get this message on Facebook, this long paragraph from the same name. And then it's my biological mom. And it's this huge paragraph like, hey, I had birth to a daughter. Her name is, so fun fact, my birth name is Shawnee Lynn Chamberlain. So my name was not Shawnee Masters when I was born. My name was different. And some people know that, some people don't. So now y'all do. Exclusive here. When y'all see first. Okay, you heard it here first. My alter ego is Shantae, though. I truly feel that. But no. So she addressed me by my birth name, and then she told me, she listed all the details, you know, the hospital, the day I was born. I was like, and I just called her. I videoed her immediately. And she answered, and I'm like, oh my God, it's you. And that's literally how it happened. That's how I found them. Like, everything kind of just played into that moment, which is really like, and I'm just like, why that moment? Like, I had been looking, like, I had went to Catholic Charities to even try to find her. All they did was take my friend's money and never gave me my file.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack. Because you really went down the rabbit hole with that, too.
I really did. Like, I really was in a rabbit hole. Like, I felt like I was Alice in Wonderland, like, trying to figure out how to get to the yellow brick road. Like, I felt like it was 3 different stories colliding at once.
How, like, walk me through that process. Like, what made you even have that urge to search for her? And not only just search, but like, you went above and beyond of not even just asking your mom, where she gave you no help, realistically, and just finding her yourself and videoing her too. Like, that takes a lot of courage.
Like, I had to do a video chat because I'm like, I have to look at your face. Like, and she did look like me. So and that's really what my drive was it's like, my entire life, I've always been around people who did not look like me. I've never got into, like, you remember on Facebook when people did who do I look like more, my mom or my dad challenges? And so, like, I would do that, but obviously I didn't look like my mom or my dad. But I would post it and be like, you know, people say I resemble my mom a little bit. Like, you know, you're around somebody, you start to resemble them a little bit. And I'm like, okay. Other than that, though, like, it really just wanting that sense of belonging and wanting to know where I came from and not having it be such a mystery. I was really tired of the mystery. Like, I just wanted to know. And I thought I was, you know, I should be able to know where I came from and know my roots and all that, especially with my asthma. Like, that's important. And then, you know, I figured it out with asthma. Everybody in my biological family has asthma. So it's very normal. It's genetic. So the severity of it is because of genetics. Now, I know that later in life it's good, but, you know, if I would have known that 10 years ago, that would have been better.
Yeah, kind of that medical family history of like, okay, we're not only just where do I look like and the belonging, but also genetically, okay, if I know asthma runs in the family now, okay, this makes sense. It gives you kind of that peace of mind of like, okay, I belong. Yeah. How did you feel after you found out and you found her? Because that's a huge moment. Like, was it anything change?
It was like you finally get that question answered that you've been looking for the answer for. So it was finally like, oh, this is end point. Like this is what I wanted, and I got it. And it was really it was very interesting because it's like, it's not a normal situation. Most people don't go through it, and you really don't know how to handle it unless you're in the situation. So it was kind of just like, I was also still fairly young, so it was just like, okay, the way I approached it, I feel like I could have approached it better, but I was excited. It was a lot of excitement that kind of just like took over.
That's a huge moment, like just not knowing what you look like or where you came from or who you look like, as far as identity wise, for 20 plus years. There's going to be a lot of excitement. I'm going to be super excited.
It was a lot. I mean, I think it still is a lot. Like, I'm still getting used to it. Like, she does, like, I mean, this woman has, I mean, I have her face technically, but like, it's just like, it's so weird to look like, wow, like, I look like you. That's crazy. Like, after growing up around nobody that looked like you, like, it's a lot. Like, so even now, like, we're almost, I think, 5 years. I think about 5 years in, like, just knowing them. And it's just like, I've just learned so much. And I'm just very grateful because there's a lot of people who don't get to know. Like my sister who wants to know for the sake of her son. That she just, she has almost a 2-year-old. So, she wants to know for him. And it's just like, so I feel very blessed and grateful that not only do I know my biological family is still living and I can still get my questions answered. And like, I got to meet my biological grandma, which she did pass away, R.I.P. Patsy. But she, like, I got 2 years with her. And I'll take the 2 years over anything. Like, I didn't get no years with you. So I'll take whatever I can. And I'm so blessed and grateful to have had those 2 years with her because, I couldn't.
How was that? Like, especially meeting like your grandma, like later in life, and did you guys have a relationship or were you able to kind of ask her questions of, okay, kind of what happened and kind of seeing her side?
So I talked my grandma's ear off. I definitely did. We had a great relationship. Like I just instantly went to her and I just laid it all out for her. And I was just like, like, what can you tell me? She started telling me she's one of 5 too. So she has a lot of sisters. Didn't know that. So like I come from very big families. Like, and my biological sperm donor, I was number 13 on his side. So I was his 13th child. So on his side, I'm number 13. Mind you, I have a sister on his side that's my age, but like a few months older than me. Like, but we're the same age too. So it was like around the same time.
I'm even trying to wrap my mind around that. So you had there's a lot of moving pieces here.
There's a lot of sibling pieces, and that's why I say, like, so technically, from biological parents. We'll go there. Okay. I'm one of 4 on my mother's side.
One of 4. Oh, okay. As far as kids.
Yeah, I'm the second oldest. Okay. And then on my biological sperm donor side, I am number 13.
So she never married, or was he?
No, she never married.
Oh, okay. So he just was a sperm donor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I call him that.
You call him that?
Yeah.
No, what do you call him that?
Because he is, that's exactly what he is. That's what he did. That's what he did. The court documents that I do have, kind of proved he wasn't really trying to actively get me back. I knew he wasn't. He is, he was on drugs, still on drugs. So it's just like, I never cared to find him. Like, I kind of knew how he was before. So really, I really just wanted to find my biological mom and her side of the family. Like, I didn't really care to find him or anything about him because I knew from when I was a baby I didn't like him. And from the pictures where he's holding me and I'm screaming, crying, and like, so that's why I'm like, yeah, no, my soul didn't like you.
Yeah.
And my soul knew before I even knew. So I just never cared much.
You kind of already knew. So he was like never in the picture.
Yeah. Oh, no. Never.
Okay. Wow. And then as far as then your mom, you said you always just had a longing to meet her and to find her. When you did find her, do you guys have a relationship now? Is it kind of after all these years, has she talked to you about why she decided to like give you up and kind of,
Yeah, so she did. She did. We definitely have had that talk. She basically explained that entire like time period, from the relationship with her and my sperm donor to everything else. She also gave me a file folder full of all the documents she saved from that time, and it was all, papers and I have yet to continue to go through it with my therapist, because I already went through like 5 pages, and it was so much that I just had to put it down and stop.
Wow.
Because I was like, I can't. Like, it's a lot of emotional baggage
that she was kind of going through or writing out of, or what was in it?
She had wrote me like cards and stuff every year on my birthday and everything. So it was a lot of that. It was a lot of like pictures she's drawn for me and stuff she saved since I was born. Honestly, it was a lot. This woman saved a lot of things, and she gave me a lot of things. But it was just a lot. And then she gave me those papers, because I was like, do you have anything? Like, I don't get that from over here. So do you have anything? Like, someone's got to have something. There's no way. Yeah. And so so she had it. She had baby pictures of me. I've never seen baby pictures of me. So that was my first time seeing baby pictures of myself, was when I was 23.
Wow.
I never had those. It was always from when I was like 3 or 4 years old and up, which is also why, like, how I got told I was adopted, why that story didn't make sense, because I'm just like, so if you had me since I was baby, where are the baby photos?
Yeah, what was that story?
So basically, what I was told was I was adopted when I was 5 days old.
Okay.
And that was like, I was adopted when I was 5 days old, and it's because they found drugs in my system and whatnot. So what I learned it actually was I was born. As soon as I was born, they took me right away. They did not let my biological mom hold me, not like kiss me, hug me, nothing. Like, they took me straight away. She gave birth. They took me out, took me away. I think she told me that I was able to come back for a bottle in a little bit after that. She tried to breastfeed me, but they already put me on the bottle, so it was over with. And then, after that, she did not see me after that, and that was because I got adopted because my older brother at the time, my biological sperm donor, had beat him, and so he had marks all over him. When they went to the hospital, he was there. The hospital saw that. That's why we were taken away.
Wow. So
it was because of him. And that's also like why I have such an estranged relationship, because like that, So after that, me and my brother got separated. He had a different dad, so his dad took him, and they put me in adoption. Up for adoption. She tried to fight for me. She tried. Part of me, like, after reading those documents, because that's really how I know if they tried, because it was literally tracking their progress to see if they did what they needed to do in order to keep me. And my biological grandmother, she did pass away in the early 2000s. Her name was Grandma Betty. She was trying to...
Rest in peace, Grandma Betty.
Yes, rest in peace, Grandma Betty. I never met you, but I always know you with me, girl. But she was trying to, like, keep me, but since we're going to call him David, because I'm tired of saying sperm donor. We're going to call him David. That's his name. So David, since David was living in the house with her, they were like, no. They're like, absolutely not, because... of the situation at hand. But April, that's my biological mom. We're just going to call them by their names right now.
Yeah,
that's what I do it. Yeah, April and David. And April was out here in Chicago alone. She's not from Chicago. She's from Washington. How she
okay.
ended up in Chicago, I don't know.
You're right.
I don't know how she ended up all the way out here. And I mean Washington State, so she's all the way by Canada. Like, that's where she was born and raised.
Wow.
So again, I don't know how she ended up here at the ripe age of 23. But like, she was young, and it was she was in an abusive relationship with David, and I mean, it was just like, since I've been in one, I could sympathize. I can't say that word.
Sympathize?
There we go. I could sympathize. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I could sympathize with her. And like, I understood why she didn't do some things. But like I said, I haven't even made it through all the papers yet. There's like over 150 papers in this file folder, and that's just this file folder. Like,
how many file folders are there?
Well, I got another folder of stuff, and she gave me a lot of things, and she still has a lot of things for me. But again, she's in Washington, and I'm in Chicago, so getting it back here is hard.
How is that then, like, going from your adopted mom who's given you nothing, and then now all of a sudden you're like bombarded with, like, you're literally like Detective Gadget over here, like, literally from finding your birth mom and actually having your adopted mom literally making it hard for you.
Yeah.
Purposely, it sounds like, too. Like, it sounds like she didn't want you to find her at all.
Oh, she didn't. She didn't want none of us to find anyone. And it was like, I think I had brought it up a little bit just to be like petty, because I was just like, like, April gave me a whole file folder full of papers from my adoption. And I think she had just looked at me that day when I said that, because she looked surprised. And I was just like, she did. I haven't gone through them yet, but like, I do have papers from my adoption, and they're letters. Like, she saved them. They're in perfect condition for them being almost 30 years old. Like, they're old papers. They're from the 1998, early 2000s. And like, these papers, like, she kept them, so I would know. And then she's like, oh, but she didn't have any papers. They didn't give her no papers. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, something's not adding up.
I'm like, all right, I'm like, first she gave me everything she got in the mail. I got the envelopes, the letters, the timestamp, all that, the dates, everything. Yeah. No, they're gonna give her papers. You're acting as if she gets no type of information. Like, no, they're gonna give her papers. But she didn't seem like, and I didn't keep going, because I was like, she's just gonna sit here and deny it. And I kind of already knew what the answer was gonna be, so I was like, I really was just telling her to be like, yeah, by the way, I do know more, and I know, and I told her, because I was like, I wasn't adopted when I was 5 days old. And honestly, it didn't make sense to me, because I never saw baby photos. And I was like, I was adopted, but you have no photos of me from birth to, I think the first photo she has of me is like 3.5. And she had like, I think she had a photo of me standing in a crib. She had video. Now, they always had video of us as babies.
Interesting.
Like the VHS, like my dad used to have like the camcorder. You put up with the one eye that you hold with his hand. But like, they had video, but they never had photos. And it's like, even the videos, like, I was still, like, I was crawling. So, I wasn't a baby. So we're getting to, towards one and towards toddler. So I'm just like, it just never added up.
How was that like growing up with her? Was she always kind of secretive and not giving you information of like who you are? And
absolutely. My siblings will say I was the favorite growing up, and now I look back, I might have been the favorite, but that's because I was doing everything she wanted me to do. But as long as I didn't do what she wanted me to do, I was no longer the favorite. So when I'm doing what she wanted, I was the favorite. Wow. So she would tell me things, and I would know things that, but like about adoption, no, she just did not like want us to know. And she also didn't tell us we were adopted till we were 9.
Really? That's what I was going to ask too. Like, how did you even find out? So 9 years old?
9 years old. I remember it. I vividly remember it. Like, if I could paint, I could paint a picture of it. Like, because, I mean, at that point, I'm looking around. I'm like, y'all don't look like me.
I was going to say, what is she, like, was she white? Is she
they're
black?
White.
Okay.
So they're white. And then, we're all biracial. So we're all looking at each other like,
it don't make sense.
Like, this not making sense. Like, you look Hispanic. You're black. we don't know what you are, but like you're not
white.
You're not white, and we don't look like them. So we know something's up, but we just didn't know what it was. But then so when we were 9, she sat me down. We used to have they still have this. It's a computer desk thing when you used to have like a big like dresser for the computer and
the
you
monitor.
The desktop. Yeah, you would like pull up your little wheelie chair. Yeah, so she sat me down. And I remember because I was in a wheelchair and she was in her wheelchair. And
wheelchair?
Yes, she's in a wheelchair.
Oh, wow. And you were in a wheelchair too?
No, I was just in a wheelie chair.
Oh, a wheelie chair. Okay.
But yeah, so and then she looked at me and she's like, you know, I just want to tell you something. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, am I in trouble? And she's like, no. I was like, okay. And she's like, okay, well, you know, like you're adopted. And I don't specifically remember what she said, but I know like she paused and she said, you're adopted. And I just remember saying, that makes sense. Because I was a smart kid. You know, I'm just looking around like, bro, what is this? Like, what's going on? Like, none of us look alike. So like clearly something's up. So yeah, that's how I found out. And from that day forward, I vowed if I ever have children, because I love kids. Don't want them. Take care of them every day. I'm good. But if I were to ever change my mind, you know, in the future and I want a kid, I always said I would adopt. And it would always be a kid who's 9 years old, because the older kids in foster care always get forgotten about. Because people always want babies and they want younger kids. No, I want a 9-year-old, because that's when I found out I was adopted. So I want, you know, if I were to have a kid, I would adopt a kid, and I would want them to be elementary school age, like at least, you know, 8 through like, you know, like 10, 11.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's beautiful, especially to being adopted and kind of knowing that experience of what it was like not knowing you were adopted till 9 officially, because you probably already had a good sense of like,
you know, like everyone's at school like, you don't look like your parents. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know. And they're like, are they your grandparents? And I'm like, no. Yeah. They're not.
Yeah. With being adopted, do you feel like that too has shaped your kind of a choice of like not wanting to have kids? And if you were to have kids, then to adopt?
I think it definitely did, because like I said, when I got adopted, instantly I was like, I'm going to adopt a kid. Like that was like on my mind. But now that I work with kids, and you know, I work with kids every day, and I'm just like, no kids. I love kids, but no kids for right now. But, you know, later in life, if I do everything I want and I want to settle down, I definitely would adopt. It definitely, being adopted makes me want to adopt. I've never seen myself wanting to be pregnant or being pregnant or just, like, I never cared for any of that stuff. I was that girl that just never cared. I was like, no, I'm good. I want to adopt, though. Like, I always knew that. So, yeah, it definitely was because I am adopted. I would adopt. But I would adopt anyway. I think everyone should adopt. There's a lot of beautiful children in foster care. Or even, like, having a foster home. Like, I'd be open to doing that, too. Like, just being able to, like, you know, help somebody get to the next part of their journey.
Yeah, and especially to you being in a foster home. And it sounds like there was a lot of chaos there.
Because my house was a foster home, and that house was small. Like, before, it's renovated now. Like, when she got hurt, she had sued the doctor that hurt her, and the whole house got renovated. It went from a 3-bedroom, 1-floor family home fitting 7 people in there to literally a 2-story, 5-bedroom house with an elevator and a sunroom and everything.
So did your mom ever tell you why she wanted to even foster kids and then adopt as well? Like, could she not have kids, or what was her...
You know what? No.
She's never...
I don't... You know, I've always thought about that, because I'm just like, you had 3 kids on your own. And so did your husband. Y'all were in your 50s, and then, like, at that point, like, don't you want to like chill?
Yeah,
like,
are you here?
Y'all were retired, like y'all didn't just want to like
empty
chill?
nesters. Yeah,
like,
you hear that's a thing. Yeah,
but I guess they wanted kids of their own together, so
they had that, and then wanted to foster.
Yeah, and I don't know how she got into fostering. I know she did it after she retired, and yeah, I think she just started doing that, and then I don't know. I guess she wanted to adopt us. Like, she just tells me that when she see me, she just knew she had to have me.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
No, it is crazy. I'm having a whole surreal moment right now because, so I obviously was adopted too, from Kazakhstan. And my mom, how she adopted me is she didn't even know what country or anything like that. But she had an agency, and they said, okay, we have some some girls, right? And then had like the VHS tapes, right? And it was like with me, and there was this other girl, really cute girl, and all my mom's coworkers like, oh, go for the other girl. And then my mom had told me when she saw my video, she just knew. She was like, no, I just know that's her. So I'm saying it's crazy because I'm like,
wow,
that's like a whole similar moment.
That is.
My mom
that's the same
had
thing.
too. Yes, it's the same thing. So I'm like, whoa. I don't, and a lot of the times too, I would ask her and question that, like, but how'd you know? And sometimes especially when I was younger, wanted more answers of like logic. Like, well, how? Like, why? And she just knew, like, all right, well, I had prayed, and I don't know, I just had a deep knowing. So it's kind of crazy. It's like similar, at least in that sense. She's if that's true, right? Of course, she's still the one with like crossed off all the files, so you couldn't find your biological mom. So, we got to take maybe that with a little bit of grain of salt. But yeah, and as far as then the other 3 biological kids, then do you have like relationships with them, or how has that? Do you get treated differently too?
Yes and no. Like, so when we were kids, like when we were all kids, they were like in their, God, how old are they? I don't even know. They were like in their late 30s, early 40s. Like they were already grown. Same with my dad's biological kids. They're all, now I think they're all like in their upper 50s. Like they're up there, in their 50s somewhere, like 50s, close to 60. I don't know. I stopped counting. Yeah. But I guess I had a relationship with them when I was a kid. I mean, we were always with them. My mom's middle child used to live with us when we were younger for a little bit. And so I don't really remember that much. But like now, do I have a relationship with them? Not really. Yeah. I don't care to, because they've, done things, and they just showed me that, I'm better off if I don't talk to you. And I really don't have to, because technically you're a half brother, if anything. And I'm not about to call y'all brothers, because I don't really feel like you're brothers. You're kind of just like her kids to me. And that's fine. That's fine. I wasn't looking, got enough brothers already. Yeah. Don't need no more.
Look, got a full tree over here.
Okay. We good. But yeah, I just never, like now, I'm just like, no, I don't really care for it. Yeah. They kind of all rub me the wrong way in their own way.
Really? Like, was it things that they did?
Yeah. So, like, my mom's a middle child. He would just start a lot of bullshit for no reason. Like, he would just, like, and one thing he did that bothers me to this day, and I just don't understand, he would text me about, like, when all the George Floyd things were happening, like, he would text me about Black Lives Matter. Yeah. And all this, but like he wasn't texting me in like support. Like he was kind of like bashing it at the same time and trying to like be supportive in the same sentence. So it's like he was going against it but wasn't, and it's just like it got to a point I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you. Like I don't want this in my phone. Like I don't and I don't have to. I do not have to speak to you if I don't want to. Yeah. So I blocked him, and I just haven't talked to him since. And like he was out here for Christmas, and I didn't go to my parents' house for Christmas this year. And they're like, "Oh, well, he wants to see you," and I'm like, "Why?" Like he doesn't want to see me any other day of the year. I'm like, any other day of the year, y'all don't care. I'm
like just really contradicting himself.
I'm just like, I mean, there's really nothing to talk about. Like. You're good. Just live your life. Like, hey, I'm just Shawnee to you. I don't have to be anything. And then her youngest, I stopped talking to him the minute he told me that I would not make photography into a career, and I should get a career like my sister, who was obtaining a nursing degree at the time.
Wow. Just said you couldn't do that.
Yeah, he told me, and he works at he's very smart. He works at Microsoft, and he lives in Washington actually too. And like he told me like when I was going to Columbia. I went to Columbia in 2016, and he was like, well, you know, the career of photographer, like, you know, you don't know if you're going to make money with that. You probably should get a more practical career.
The projection.
And I was just like, okay, just because it didn't work out for you.
Right.
It doesn't mean it won't work out for me.
Yeah.
And clearly, 10 years later, I am doing just fine. I do make money off my photography. I just chose to stop working in photography for a bit. But we're back.
Yeah.
So hire me. But
Hear all the photographers and models.
Look, I model and I do photography, y'all. I got you. But yeah, so I just, you know, I made it into a career.
Yeah, and through it all, too, it sounds like no matter what had happened to you, you really at the core had a good sense of who you are. It didn't matter if you know, couldn't talk to your mom about it. It didn't matter if you couldn't talk to your siblings about it. It really sounds like you knew who Shawnee was, Shanti, excuse me, the entire time. Have you always had that?
You know, it's crazy you say that, because I literally was just talking to my therapist the other day in my session, and I was like, I actually feel like I'm figuring out who I am, finally. Because I had always been what everyone else wanted me to be.
Yeah.
Everyone. Friends, family, teachers, everyone, church, everyone. Like, I was a Sunday school teacher. What business did I have being a Sunday school teacher? None. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but like, I really did everything for everyone else's satisfaction when I was younger, especially when I was younger. And now I'm just like, wow, like, I'm really figuring out who I am as a person, and, you know, what I like, what I dislike, what I won't tolerate, what I will tolerate, based on no outside noise. So it's very different, because a lot of everything was influenced by outside noise when I was younger.
Wow. And like, what made that shift then?
A lot of realization, a lot of alone time, a lot of thinking, a lot of trying to figure it out, because I always knew I wanted to figure out who I was, but like without, you know, what Bonnie wanted me to be, without what Jake wanted me to be, without what Charlie wanted me to be, like without what anyone wanted me to be. I always was just who I am, and I've tried. So the fact that you say that, I was like, oh my God.
What did I say in the beginning? The self-awareness, and I am seeing that.
Girl, it's a lot of years working to this point.
Yes,
it is hard work, y'all.
It's a journey.
Okay.
For sure, it is a journey. No, that is so beautiful, and especially it sounds like, because you got praised so much too, of like being the good daughter, of like, all right, you're always doing the right thing, and coming from that feeling of like, okay, if I do this, I'll get praised. Okay, they'll love me.
It started feeding me the validation that I needed it. So then I went to go look for it in everybody else instead of looking in. Now I look in.
Yeah.
Now we look in. Now I don't need validation. I'm gonna do what I want. I don't care if anyone has a problem with it. You just don't need to pay attention, and you could just walk away. You have that freedom to walk away. If you don't like something I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm saying, you can click off the video, you can mute me, you can put the phone down, you can walk away from me if you're in person. Like, you got that free will.
And what was that sudden change then? Because was it more just that self-healing and the kind of that self-realization of who you are, and then it just like turned on like that?
Honestly, like once I found my biological family, after that, and after I started getting answers, and then I started thinking, everything kind of just started falling into like the place. Everything started to fall into their position, and then we're getting to where we need to go, and now we're at finally towards the end goal, and it's like now we made it this far. It's like now we just know. So it's a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of long nights, a lot of crying, a lot of releasing, a lot of just getting it out. Like, you got to let it go. All those grudges I was holding on, I mean, even her biological kids, on her, even my biological mom, for, you know, I was mad at her, you know, like, why didn't you fight harder? but I had to give her grace. She was, you know, in a town by herself with no help.
Yeah.
And it's not like she had money because she wasn't working because, you know, she was in a controlling environment. So I guess just finally getting out of the controlling environment is what really just gives you that push. You're like, oh. And then, I don't know, something just turns on, a light bulb clicks on, and boom, it's just like looking at life through a whole new pair of eyes. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like, too, you understood the realization, too, not only of kind of like what your biological mom was doing and kind of what she went through, instead of being like, well, how could you give me up? And like, why would you do that? Being more of open-minded, like, okay, I understand. Coming from a place of understanding, and then also giving yourself the grace, too. And I think what you said is huge, the releasing, allowing yourself to cry, allowing yourself to grieve. And I feel like a lot of people who are not adopted don't understand that.
Yeah.
And because there's been times too where I'd be on the bus and I would start crying, and I'm like, I don't even know why I'm crying.
You're just missing. It's when you're adopted, it's like you don't. When you're not adopted, let me say this: when you're not adopted, you have your answers when you're born. You grow up with your answers. You grow up knowing who your uncle is, your aunt is, your cousins. Like, I didn't have cousins growing up. Like, I didn't, you know. And if we did, they didn't talk to us. Like, we were like, out of like both, like all families combined, we were like, you know, everyone's kind of looking at us like, why did y'all have more kids? Like, that's how they were looking at us. So it was always like, there was always a connotation pinned against the adoption in my life. But like, it's just like figuring out who you are, where you came from matters. And I think no matter what, like all adoption, even a closed adoption, mine was a closed adoption. But like, again, Bonnie knew details.
Do you know, and like, what is the difference between, like, what is a closed adoption?
So a closed adoption is when you get adopted and there's no contact with biological families. In my case, that's all of ours were closed adoptions, but in my case, mine was. And then like an open adoption is where you still keep in contact with the biological mother and like, you know, send updates, send pictures. There's a relationship there still. So that's the difference. And a lot of people they don't really, I don't think most people really don't do open adoptions. Like that's, it's kind of like the lesser two, like, because they're like, well, no, we're adopting you. We want you to be ours. But it's like, you know, I think it's important to just like let your kids know where they came from. Because it's like, it definitely is an identity crisis. I mean, starting young before you can even identify it as an identity crisis. Like you're just like looking at these people like, you know, you don't look like me. You don't have the same skin color. You don't talk the same. Like, and that's, you know, and honestly, like her raising me like a white girl, like really just, it did it. I was just like, so when I'm just like, now I'm just thinking like, dang, like you really tried to like change who I was. You instantly changed my name. You instantly, you know, made me into somebody. You crafted me into someone I was not.
Wow. So how was it? Did you always know you grew up like as a white girl, or like you?
I didn't know until high school. Because even in middle school kind of, but I didn't really realize it. I was kind of like boy crazy in middle school. Just funny because I'm definitely not now. But
we all have our moments. I definitely have been there too.
Okay, but like I was just, you know, your typical teenager, like going through puberty. So I'd like to say high school is kind of when I realized, and I remember all the black kids in my high school did not like me.
Really?
And it was like a small group of them too. It wasn't a lot of us, but it was like a small group. And like they did not like me, and some of the girls didn't like me because the guys liked me, but I didn't like the guys. Like I had my high school crush, like, and it wasn't them, but they just never talked to me. So I never was with that crowd. I was with the white crowd. I was definitely with the white crowd for sure. But it was just like I didn't even realize till I got, I think, 16. So about 2 years into high school is kind of when I met my sister Deja, and she helped me realize. And then I was like, damn.
Wow.
And then I look back now, I'm like, damn, like, I look at old photos. I've been looking at my old photos on my old Facebook.
Yeah.
That go all the way back to 2010.
Oh, there's some depths in there. Yeah.
I was such a white girl. Like, I dressed like a white girl. Like, I had all the white girl trends because, you know, 2016 is trending right now because this is 2016 part 2. And 2016 was an amazing year for me. It was the best year of my life, literally. I turned 18. I went to college for the first time. Like, it was, 2016 was a vibe. That summer, unmatched.
Yeah.
Unmatched. So I've been like, you know, trying to get in with the trends. And I'm like, okay, like, I want to go through my old photos, see if any of these match up. And I'm just like, wow, like, I really used to dress like a white girl.
And was it more so like to get the validation, or did you try to fit in?
No, actually, most of my life, all my clothes were hand-me-downs. So, except jeans, because I had grown hips in 8th grade, so nobody had my jean size in the house. But yeah, no, most of my clothes were hand-me-downs from my sister. So it's like whatever my older sister at the time was wearing, which again was white girl centered, she never grew out of it. And I told her this to her face too, like, like, I don't care. Everything I say, I have told my family, like, I there's no filter with them either. But yeah, like, she would just dress like a white girl. So I got her clothes. I got my sister Laura's clothes. Like, I always got hand-me-downs for my brothers. So really, it was either I looked like a little boy or I looked like a white girl. That was like, I didn't get to have really a fashion sense, which why now I'm like exploring so much with fashion, because I'm like, wow, like,
your identity, because it kind of comes back to even that of, it sounds like once you met your biological mom, that shift helped because you found your identity. You also were able to see and not only like feel seen and be like, wow, this is where I come from, this is who I am, this is my mom. And before that it's just questions of ideas and theories of, oh well, I wonder what I look like, and I wonder whose smile I have, and
I promise you, the picture in my head, she looked nothing like it. Like, I was way off. I was way off.
That is so beautiful. I'm so glad too that you were able to like get those questions answered and to find her. Yeah. And even it sounds like just that shift of discovering who you are, and now even more in that part of standing firm in who you are and your beliefs and what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate, and just doing what you're passionate about and loving, because you're doing it. And from the first time I have met you too, like, you're just glowing.
Oh,
yes,
thank you.
just
so are you.
Yes, so I just wanted to tell you that, and I just find it so amazing of like, wow, like, no matter what the trials and tribulations that you went through, you're a fighter. She's strong, okay? To go through all of that.
I like to have fun, y'all.
Yes.
I love to have fun. I just, like, you got to find the fun. The world is the world, and it's been the world our entire lives, and it's, you know, it's history repeating itself. But guess what? You could still have fun.
Yeah.
Party like it's 1920s, and we're going back in history. Let's go back to flappers. Like, that was a great era. I love the Great Gatsby era, the flapper era, the 20s, the roaring 20s. Oh, love it. Like,
it was
just so vibrant. Like, I learned about it really early on too, and it was just like the story, the book is what captivated me. The book, The Great Gatsby. You got to read the book. You can't watch the movie first. You got to read the book.
Okay.
The book's got the details, okay? But it was just so captivating. And, like, even though they were just going through a recession and so much going on in the world, they're just having their time of their lives, just having fun. Yeah. So it's like, why don't we do that? Like, no matter what happens in the world, like, have fun. No matter what happens to you, have fun. Like, that's what I love, to have fun. I love to just have a good time and enjoy myself. And that's, like, we get one life to live. Enjoy it.
Right. And stop worrying about stressing over bills or this or what are we going to do and how are we going to figure that out, and just let it go. Yeah. Surrender and have fun and just be present in the moment.
Because we're just going to keep stressing. Like, and I was somebody who would stress over bills. Oh my gosh. Like, so bad. Still do. Like, it's very hard to get yourself out of it. Like, I'm a little bit better now. Yeah. But it is hard to get yourself out of it.
How do you ground yourself, or when you're feeling anxious, what do you do?
Meditate. I'm thinking about it like I ain't do it this morning. But honestly, like I even needed like this morning, I'm like, I need 5 minutes to meditate. And I'm like, no, I need like 10 more. And I'm like, I just need to sit and be still. Yeah. And so meditation was something that I learned helped me. And it used to not. I used to hate meditation. I used to hate, I couldn't sit still. I didn't want to sit still. Like I just wanted to move.
Yeah.
But like when you learn, you know, to be by yourself and to sit in your feelings, no matter how uncomfortable they are, no matter how much it might hurt, no matter how much you might cry, like sit there, deal with it, and it makes it easier for the next time. So meditating helps because it just gives me a chance to just sit there, block everything out, clear my mind, and then just take that second and then be like, okay, now let's do it.
Yeah, good, like reset. How did you find out about meditation?
My ex-partner. She introduced me to it. I didn't know about it because I have done yoga when I was younger, but she had introduced me to it more and what it, you know, should look like versus just what I did in a club in school. Yeah. But yeah, I'm very grateful that I was introduced to things because it was something that was never an option for me growing up. I didn't know you could just meditate. Yeah. I used to daydream. I'm a daydreamer. I still daydream. Yeah. I'm a daydreamer.
Oh, me too.
I've been daydreaming since I could. Yeah. Like I'm a daydreamer. So I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna think about every single, you know, scenario. But when you're meditating, you sit there and you just let all the scenarios, just let them fly. Yeah. Let them fly around your head. Whichever one lands in your head, maybe is the one you need to pay attention to, you know. You know, if you're listening to a, you know, guided meditation, or if you're not listening to guided and it's just, you know, music, like, and also, I thought when you meditated, you had to like sit like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Like most people do, right?
I thought that was, you had to do that to meditate. So that also was something I was like, well, I don't like to sit still and I'm not going to do that, so I don't want to meditate. Yeah. So it's like having that connotation about it early on in life, and then growing up and learning more about it, and it was like, oh wow, you can meditate however you want.
So how do you like meditate outside of that?
What do you mean?
Like instead of meditating in a chair and going, what are the ways that you meditate that works for you?
I lay down, and usually I like lay on my back or lay on my side, whichever is more comfortable. And I put my bonnet on and I put it over my eyes so it like blacks everything out. And then, I just take my time. I tell my dog, like, I'm going to meditate. He understands.
I love that. Yeah.
Sometimes he'll just, like he'll know. Like, if I'm sitting still, like, he'll be like, okay, I'll just go, like, sit down, or I'll sit next to her. Like, but, I just get comfy on my couch, honestly. And sometimes I do it in my bed, not really. But I like to do it on my couch because, you know, away from the bed. And then I just lay there. I listen to meditation, and I just let it go. And like if I want to turn my body, if I want to change, you know, sit up into a sitting position, I can do that. If I don't want to, oh well, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. And then like with the meditation, is there like anything that comes up, or is it just your mind is clear, or like what is the process? My mind is racing. My mind is racing a million times a minute. And I don't know if this is just me or being a Gemini, but I'd like to think it's both. But, like, it's very hard for me to get my mind to be quiet because I'm always thinking about this, that, and third, and then, like, random thoughts appear. So, like, when I'm meditating, it's just, there will be a lot of thoughts, but it's kind of like, it slows it down a bit for me. So, it kind of just, like, everything's at, like, if we're approaching yellow light, it's like everything's approaching with caution. You know, we may look at it, we may think about it, we may just dismiss the thought. Like, we're focused on what we're focusing, and we're just going to block outside noise, no matter how loud it is. Yeah, that's beautiful. Because that's essentially, too, similar thing for me as well. Meditation has really helped me to ground myself. And especially when I'm feeling overwhelmed or overstimulated, I tend to get very, like, frantic energy and, oh my gosh, this, and oh my gosh, that. And then when I meditate, it's like, okay, let's calm down. And when I come back from a meditation, it's the energy is changed. I'm calmer. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be okay. And I also have a lot of thoughts racing, but I always look at it like
noticing when I was a kid too, I used to daydream a lot, and I could sit in the grass and just stare at the clouds.
Yes.
And I kind of think of it the same thing, where as the clouds moves and it change shapes, and I would used to look at and see objects or animals in the sky.
Absolutely. I still do that.
Yeah.
These clouds look like things. I don't care what nobody says. The clouds look like objects. They really do.
Mm-hmm. And I look at the same thing with my thoughts of like, all right, this racing thought, but just as I watch it and like focus back on my breathing, noticing my breath, it like goes away. And then something might else pop up, focus on the breathing, and then it goes away. And it definitely is something too you have to practice.
Yes.
Because in the beginning, same thing.
Oh my God, I was horrible. I used to not meditate. Like I used to not want to. I used to just be like, you know what, screw this, I'm over it. Like, but I meditated this morning and I stretched this morning. My day has been going great, so I'm gonna try it again tomorrow morning, because I'm just like, we had a great day so far, and I'm like, I just wanted to meditate, and then I'm like, you know what, let me get some stretches in too. And I stretch, usually every day. I usually just be stretching when I'm walking or like anything. Anytime I can get to stretch, I'll just stretch. But like I actually put my yoga mat out and like did stretches intentionally, and I was just like, okay, now I can lay down for a few more minutes before I have to get up and start my day. And the day went great, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yes,
I'm gonna keep doing it. I want to see how I keep feeling.
Yes,
so we're gonna try.
Yes.
And you also got to be gentle with yourself. Like if you don't do it every day, okay, that's fine. Some days, some days are just not it. Some days are just like too much going on. I don't got time. I got this, that, and third. But like on days where you do have time, like definitely.
Yeah, or seeing even making time in it, where it might not be like, okay, we have 30 minutes, but okay, I have 5 minutes here. I know I have this big event. Let me quickly meditate so I'm grounded before I go in.
Or ground yourself. Oh, I love grounding myself.
Yeah.
I've always walked outside barefoot. I never really cared. But grounding yourself when, it's not winter is amazing. Hugging a tree when you're sad, go do that. I promise you. You'll cry some more, but you'll feel great. Okay? Hug what gives you oxygen. Like, just being outside.
Talk to your plants.
Okay?
Yes.
Talk to your plants. They'll grow. They will grow. People don't know that. Like, you have oxygen. Plants need oxygen. You want big plants? Talk to them. I'm like, they listen. They definitely do. I'm like, they can hear you.
Have you noticed a difference between when you meditate and when you don't meditate? Like emotionally?
Yes. Today, I'm just going to use today because I actually did meditate.
Yeah.
Honestly, today I've been in just a great spirit, like all day.
Yeah.
Like no matter what I've talked about, and like I was crying earlier, and like now I'm just like sitting here all smiley, and it wasn't a bad cry, it was a good cry, but like it was just like, dang, like I just feel so good. Like I don't know, I just feel like more energetic emotionally, I guess you could say. Like it definitely like just helped me out to figure out a few things before I had a busy day ahead of me.
Yeah. And when you don't meditate, what are kind of some of the feelings, or do you just feel more rushed or stressed?
Definitely more rushed.
Okay.
Because today probably would, if I didn't meditate, I probably would have felt rushed today. And I hate, my number one pet peeve, feeling rushed. I hate feeling rushed because I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it in time. And I'm somebody who is naturally late to things. I run on CPT time. I truly do. I try my best not to, but I really do. Like, I really, like, if I say I'm on the way, I'll see you in an hour. Yeah. Like, and my friend learned that last night the hard way. She waited for me.
For all y'all, what is CP time?
Colored people time.
Okay.
Colored people time. If you colored, you know. If I say I'm gonna be there at 8:30, you're gonna see my ass at 11. Okay. Like it's just I'd be getting into things and I start doing something. I'm like, oh wait, I was supposed to leave.
Yes. Yeah. That is so funny. Yeah, it's a real thing. I've felt it too, and I kind of grew up more so the opposite of like, okay, if we say we're gonna leave at 6, we are leaving at 6, and if you're not there, we're leaving.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
That is.
Yeah, so having to adjust too when people are like, oh okay, I'm on my way, and thinking, okay, cool, they are not on their way. No, they are still in the house. They are in the shower,
We're lying,
actually.
y'all. We haven't even made it out the bed yet. Talking about, I'm getting in the shower right now. I'm in my bonnet. I got my feet up, my dog underneath me, and I'm just on my phone scrolling on TikTok. And then I'm like, you know what, 10 more minutes, then I'll get up and start getting ready.
Yeah, it's so funny. So when kind of coming back with your family, have they always been that way too, or
rushing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were never on time we're not on time for things. We're not an on time type of family. No, absolutely not.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, that didn't help either. I mean, they didn't. I would say they tried. I don't think they tried. I think we were just like naturally late. I tried to be on time. But I had to wait for my father when I was younger, obviously, to drive me places. So it was just kind of like, I'm saying I'm coming, but I wouldn't be as late as I am now. It wasn't horrible, but it was not great.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I'm trying to think. Do you have like any thoughts too that you want to share, or even like revelations too, like when you were younger that you wish you knew?
Damn, that's a good question. Anything I wish?
I mean, that's kind of a loaded question. I know that's like a really heavy question.
No, you're good.
And we can always come back to that too if you need more time as well. I will, if you want to talk, we can circle back to that towards the end.
Okay.
I do want to ask, I'm curious, has being adopted affected your relationships?
It's like, no, not really. It's kind of like, it's a very interesting lore to have. Like, and people get so excited. They'd be like, oh my God, you're adopted? Oh my God, you're adopted? Like, yeah, I am. Oh my God, that's so cool. Like, do you know, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, you're asking me all these questions that I'm asking the same questions. Like,
let's figure it out.
Let's figure it out. Like, let's do it. No, I mean, all my relationships, didn't really mind. They were supportive. They knew how I felt at that time, because obviously I did not know my biological parents at that time. So in those relationships, I did feel those feelings. My ex that was abusive, that passed away, she actually had come with me and my friend to Catholic Charities to try to help me find. So, I could tell you about that. So when I was 16,
let's hear about that.
I had hit up Catholic Charities, like asking them for my file. They never like they like sent one email and it just threw it out the window. So few years later, there we go. I think I was 19? I think I was 19, 20, and I tried Catholic Charities again, and then I went with my best friend Maya and my ex from that time, and my best friend, she paid $25. I will never forget it because they emailed us the receipt. She paid $25 so I could get access for my file, which is crazy first, because why am I paying money for something that's about me
in my history?
I'm like, that's literally my business that you're making me pay, but whatever. Paid it, never got anything. Reached out to them, tried calling, couldn't get through to nobody, tried emailing, never got an answer. So it was, Catholic Charities. I'll remember that, because that wasn't cool. But it's okay, because I found them on my own. I didn't need y'all help, but it'd be nice to return the $25. It would be nice to get that bag. It wasn't even mine, but it would be nice for my friend to get that bag. But so it was like, they were really supportive. Like, if I had questions or I wanted to, everyone was just super supportive. So I appreciated that, because I mean, some people just think being adopted is like the coolest thing ever, and I'm like, it is cool, don't get me wrong, it's cool. It makes you different from a lot of people, but then I'm like, there's so much that comes with it that you're like, y'all don't even know. Like, I'm like, you don't even know the feelings, the emotions, the questions, the answers, the trying to figure out everything. So
do you feel like they couldn't relate to you in some aspects?
I feel like a lot of people couldn't relate to me. I mean, even the people I did know that were adopted that I went to school with, because it's like their adoption was a lot different. You know, it was like one girl she knew where she was adopted from. Her parents told her. They didn't say, you know, they didn't hide. They were just open about it with her. She just chose to never, you know, pursue finding them. Cool, whatever. Another girl I knew, she was adopted, and she was adopted by two. She had white parents too, and it's funny because in high school we would always say like we were twins because we really did have a very similar life story. We're both Black. We were the same age. We both had somebody in our family, in our immediate family that was in a wheelchair. We both had elevators in our house, and again, for those people in the wheelchair, hers was more like an apartment style elevator. Okay. The one in my parents' house is more like a lift elevator.
Okay.
And then, but yeah, it was just like, and you know, she had a similar amount of brothers and everything, and it was just, yeah, it was crazy. So it was like, I had a few people around me who were adopted in like high school. It's like they could relate.
Yeah.
But everyone else, no.
They didn't understand.
It's just like, and then even, you know, people outside of school, like, it's just like anyone you met, like, if they were adopted or understood adoption. There were some people who weren't adopted and very much were aware of what adoption was and what everything entailed with it.
Yeah.
So shout out to those people.
Just like, I feel like too, a lot of those people are more of the curious and
and they're taking the time to willingly like learn more about it because it's like I tell everybody, adoption's different on all aspects. Because I could have been adopted by like my biological brother's dad. He could have adopted me if he wanted to, and I could have, you know, that could have been something. Yeah, but. So, like, it can go, like, either way. Like, I'm grateful I was adopted into the family I was, as crazy as they are. Absolutely crazy. I'm grateful because the environment I grew up in, I definitely know, like, I could have grown up in a worse environment. Yeah. So, I'm definitely grateful for that, but, yeah.
It does make you appreciate, too, even if it's not perfect, like, what you have.
Because, like, my best friend, she grew up in foster care. Like, she was bounced around from home to home to home. So, like, you know, she hears my story, and it's like, you know, like, and she pointed it out to me, too. And, you know, shout out to her, because, like, it's true. Because it's like, you know, my situation wasn't the worst. It wasn't. Yeah. It could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. And I didn't realize that early on. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired of this and that. But it's like, no, it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. And I'm grateful it wasn't. And I'm grateful, you know, I had a stable home to be in. A lot of kids do not get a stable home. And some kids never even, you know, get adopted. They go 18 out the system. Like, so.
Yeah, and it sounds too like just like the maturity too that you've also have to realize that, all right, I at least have parents. Yeah. You know, and I did grow up in a stable home, and, you know, we're not perfect, but at least I have something that some kids, they don't even have.
Yeah, I grew up in a 2-parent household. Now, we didn't have a lot of money growing up. We did have more money once my mother got hurt, but that was, you know, once she got hurt, that's when we kind of had money. Yeah. And honestly, she blew through that money. I'm not going to hold y'all. But, like, we got to do things as kids that, you know, it was, like, cool. But it's, like, I kind of just, you know, want to be a kid. I didn't care about all the... I'm not a materialistic person. I've come to terms with that. I never cared about, like, having fancy things or, like, special things. Because I never got them. Like, I cared about books. That's what I cared about. Yeah. Like, even as a kid, I love books. Like, books I've always read. I've always been a great reader. I have a million books now. But, like, I've always cared about books. Like, all that other stuff that, you know, they'd get from my siblings and stuff, like, with them. Like, and it's just, like, that's great. But, like, that's not what, you know, that's not what fulfilled, like, our childhood. And and it's funny because I talked to my mom, I would say recently. But I told her, like, you know, you didn't have to buy us all that stuff for us to be happy. Like, that's not what we needed. There was other ways to be happy. Like, you didn't have to sit here and, like, give us just everything. Yeah. And
what ways was it that you, like, wanted? or needed?
I needed emotional maturity to be taught to me, and how to regulate my emotions. And you know, my siblings needed that too. We needed, you know, more emotional, what's the word? More emotional bonding from my mother, but she kind of replaced it with like materialistic items. We always went to Wisconsin Dells for like 9 years straight. Oh my God. Like, she's from Wisconsin, so we spent a lot of time in Wisconsin and Ohio, because that's where my dad's from. And so we spent a lot of time growing up camping, Wisconsin and Ohio. That was most of my childhood. So, but like, you know, the trips were fun. It was fun to go to the wilderness and, you know, Odyssey Fun World and all those fun things in Wisconsin Dells. But like, we needed that parent love, that parent emotional bonding. Like, while we were going through all those vacations, you know, those were prime ages where I think we were like between the ages of like 7 and like, you know, to teens. So it's just like, yes, this is fun. Yes, we're having fun because we're a kid and we're in a water park. But what I really needed was maybe just a hug. Like, maybe we could have just stayed home and we could have watched the movie all together. Like, my family never ate at the table together.
Really?
Oh my God, it was so hard to get all of us at the table together.
Interesting.
Oh, they'd get so mad on like Thanksgiving and Christmas, where my brothers didn't want to come downstairs. My one brother he definitely was a hermit. He used to stay in his room for years. Like, he just stayed in his room. And, you know, he's out and about in society now. We love that. But, yeah, so it's like he would never come down, so they would be upset because they could never get everyone at the table at once. And that was a like normal thing.
And so like everyone would like eat in their rooms, or? Oh wow, yeah.
Everyone would eat in their rooms, or I'd sit at the table because they would make a fit if I didn't. So I just sat at the table, but everyone else would just go to their rooms and eat. No one ever ate together. So it was like things like that we were missing. Yeah. Like
the connection
that you're trying to replace with monetary means, and we don't need that. Like, we didn't need that 9th vacation to Wisconsin Dells. Like, we did not.
You wanted more of that emotional connection and the bonding, or ask me something about myself, or ask me about how I feel about something.
Yeah, it was like we never had conversations like that. Like, it was like once we were done being babies, that's when like the emotional bonding like left. Because you'll see it like in my old family tapes, like you see the emotional bonding, but like the older we got, like it was just gone. Wow. And it was just like, it's not there, and it was just replaced by video games and this and that and all of this stuff. So
like, did they ever, because I know sometimes emotional bonding, it could be physical, did they ever give you like affirmations or like words, or telling you, oh, you're doing a good job?
No, they would tell me to go read the Bible.
Really?
Yes. They anything wrong, talk to God. Anything wrong, pray. Go read the Bible. Now, most people are going to listen to that and be like, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it until like I was born into a church. So like when I got adopted, and when they were raising me before the adoption was finalized, I was in a church. I was in a Lutheran church. I didn't get to choose. I definitely, the older I got, when I got towards middle school and I started having friends, I started going to different churches. Like, I went to a Dominican Republic church. Loved that church. Oh my God, that was so much fun. It was on a Saturday. They fed me. They had a translator so I could listen to the sermon. And I was like, this is so great. And like, I remember my parents being upset that like I went and they told me like, you can't go back. And I was like, why? It's church. They have Bibles too. But it was like,
how was it at the Lutheran church?
Lutherans like to help people a lot. That's what I've learned. They like to help people a lot. And, you know, I'm grateful for everybody in that church. You know, all the people I met, we all grew up, you know, and now we're all older and we're all like, wow. Like, we look back like, wow, like we really have grown. But like, you know, I'm grateful for my mentors I had there, but it's just, it wasn't a place for me. And I was always the one who had to show my face for the family. So I'd be the one sent to church every Sunday. Nobody else had to go, just me.
Wow. So you were like the
Yeah.
PR for the family. Like, all right, you go, and that's
You
it.
go.
Wow.
Show up for us. And then,
For the whole family.
yeah. But the rest of the family could skip church.
I've never
couldn't,
heard
though.
that.
I wasn't allowed
I've never heard
to.
that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like our church was by our house. It was not far. So they just did not want to go.
But they made you go.
Always.
Wow. Okay. That's really. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it was crazy. And like, I mean, like even in middle school and like elementary school, I was in a youth group, and I liked that youth group. It was at a different church, but I had liked that youth group a lot. And like, you know, that's what kind of got me more into church, was the youth group stuff and all that. And then my church started doing mission trips and stuff. So like in my early teen years, like I was in church a lot, but then like, you know, I'm a teen.
Yeah.
I want to go out on a Sunday now. Like my friends are doing this on Sunday. I want to go. Like, and then they're like, no, you need to go to church. But nobody else had to go to church. Only I did.
Did you ever rebel against that?
Yeah. I rebelled against everything. That's when everything started turning for me. Because like I told you earlier, once I start saying no and stop being a yes man, over with. Everything I wanted, everything I had, over with. Yeah, once I started telling them no, I think I was like 17, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to, like, I've been going to church my whole life. I've done more mission trips, more youth group. Like, I was a Sunday school teacher at a point.
Yeah.
I was a vacation Bible school teacher, helper, dancer, producer. That I could make my own vacation Bible school if I wanted to at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I was there always helping at church. Like, that's where I was.
Did you feel like, too, just being almost like just forced in it, did you really believe in it? Did you kind of cultivate it, or was it more like, all right, this is just what I have to do, I have to be the one to show face?
I believed in it definitely when I was younger. The older I got, I started like questioning more things. When my best friend passed away, I questioned a lot about religion. And now, after having a near-death experience, I will tell y'all one thing, and I might ruffle some feathers, I don't care. God, Jesus, same person. Also, not there when you like almost die. That does not happen. That is a myth. That is a fib. Like my mom, I mean, she even almost died. So when she got hurt, she was getting a spinal tap done, and the doctor stuck a needle in her back, left her on a bed, and it left her paralyzed. So that's how she got hurt. But she said she has seen a white light, like, to heaven, and she was begging God, like, don't take her yet, not yet. Please, like, let her live. And obviously she lived. And, you know, I'd always been told that story growing up, so I had thought, you know, just, you know, growing up in the church, you know, heaven and hell, you know, that's where we go. But the older I got, and then the experience I had, I realized, like, you know, I truly don't believe in a heaven or hell now. I think there is a way. I think hell is, you kind of have to relive the same situation that you didn't fix in this lifetime. Because if you think about it, our bodies, they go away. We're all born to die. We know this. Literally born to die. Our bodies decompose. They're supposed to. They're supposed to decompose back into the earth naturally. Our soul lives on for eternity. No matter what religion you believe, that is a statement across all of them. Our soul will live on for eternity. So hell for somebody could be having to relive a life in different forms and going through the same thing, or just being stuck, you know, just in the world somewhere, like stuck somewhere, you know. Because
they were like, learn that pattern, learn the lesson.
You know, you could be reincarnated into a really ugly fish in the bottom of the ocean. That could be a thing, y'all. It really could. Like, and that could be hell. That could be hell for somebody. I don't think that, you know, I was very stuck on the physical heaven, hell. Like, oh, if I say this, if I say 666, I'm going there. That's the devil. No, 666 is an angel number. Okay. I forgot what it means, but it is an angel number. Like, and, you know, it's just like stuff like that. It's non-existent. I think heaven is just your soul living on for eternity positively. I think that's heaven. I think a beautiful soul just drifting through the world, going to experience whatever it may experience, that's truly heaven. And like, you know, I definitely ruffled their feathers telling them that.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I don't really believe in a religion anymore, and I've been exposed to every kind of religion. Okay. So, you know, I've had time to do my studying, and like I physically have seen different religions, and it's just like, no, I believe in the universe. I believe that there is definitely a higher power. Now, people may have personified him to be God or Jesus for our brains to be able to comprehend. But no matter what, everyone praises a God. That God is the same God across all these religions.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
The Bible is in the fiction section. It's a fiction book. The Bible was written by men, no women, by men. No offense, men. We love y'all, but no, it was written all by men, and it's stories of what they're saying happened. Now, a lot of the stories in the Bible are very true, but some of them are not. And I've read the Bible like a few times. Like I've read it front to back a few times. I did it twice as a kid, and I think once as a teenager. But yeah, so like they, I just blanked out.
I was just more so, we were talking about like religion, and you're saying heaven and hell is not an actual like physical, and just the Bible and
so the Bible's in the fiction section. That's what it was. It is in the fiction section in books, in any bookstore, and it's there because it's fiction. It's not real. So it's like, yes, the Bible was honestly shoved down my throat. Anything wrong, go read the Bible, but the Bible's really not true. I'm really just reading what somebody is interpreting from a situation that's happening in front of them.
Yeah.
And it's a fiction book. It's not in nonfiction. If it was real, it'd be in nonfiction. That's like,
and,
you know.
And even too, kind of coming back to when you learning to regulate your emotions, it's not still giving you that guidance.
Yeah, there's nothing in the Bible to tell me how to feel better.
Yeah.
Like, no, you got to do that.
Or sometimes you need someone that help. You need that guidance of like, all right, you don't know what you don't know. So if you need to learn, you know, to express yourself, and that it's okay to cry. Yeah, that's something huge, especially as a kid too, or in those younger years of under like 17, 18, even 18.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, so impressionable. Like, I was 18, I was going to college, but I'm still very much in an adolescent mindset.
Yes.
Like, I might be 18, but I'm still like, still a teen at heart.
Exactly, and I think even when you're 18, you kind of go through life thinking, oh, I'm an adult now. Excuse me, I'm an adult now. You can't tell me anything, and I'm grown, but
Definitely.
Still having to realize there's a lot more emotional maturity. And I don't think it's until you get like 25, 26, at least for females, kind of what I've seen, where you kind of start to see patterns and like, okay, I've done this before, let's not do that. And it's kind of
I'm telling you, after your second puberty, you like see the world with new eyes. After that, they don't tell y'all about.
What is the second puberty?
You don't know what second puberty is?
No, what is that?
How old are you?
26.
Girl, you should have went through it by now, or you will be going through it soon. I keep telling everybody, if it didn't happen when you were 25, it's going to happen before you turn 27. So your body like goes through another puberty. They don't tell us this. It physically, so you go through one. So basically, this is how I look at it. You go through a puberty when you're 13. Obviously, you know, growth spurt, like your kid body to adolescence. And you go through one more as a teen. You get out of your kid body fully. Now you're in your teen body. And then in your early 20s, you go through this other puberty where it's kind of like your body's kind of setting into like your adult body. So like for example, I've been 5'4" since 2012. I'm not changing it. But like I definitely feel like my body, like I may not have grown a lot, but I've definitely like, you know, might have grown like a centimeter or inch or like, you know, your body just starts to like really morph into that adult body. Okay. And you start like, and you know, you might have went through it and didn't even know you went through it because it's not talked about, but it's very much a real thing.
Is that kind of where you start like losing that like baby fat?
Not even, yes and no. Like, yes.
Start gaining more weight.
Like, physically, your body's going to change. Your body's going to go through like one more change before it like sets. And it's just like, okay, you know, if you gain weight, you'll probably, you know, won't be able to lose it as quickly. Or if you gain weight, you know, that's what your body's going to look like for the rest of your life. If you lose weight, you know, wherever your body is. But it goes through physically, emotionally, and mentally. So it's just like your body changes into it's morphing into this adult version of you. So imagine like your soul and morphing into the adult soul that it needs to be. And it's just like you go through a lot of emotions. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of like a premenopause.
Okay.
Like that's what I would nickname it. Like for people to understand, it is like a premenopause because when we're 50 and around the age of 50, you could have it early or whatever. Like where our emotions are going to be, they go up, down, up, down, up, down, and that's kind of what the second puberty is. And it's kind of like just getting like coming to realizations about your body, about yourself, about yourself emotionally, mentally, and then you just get to, well, at least for me, it happened when I was 26 to 27. That's when mine happened, and it was kind of just like this, like flip of a switch, and it's like the biological clock in me like turned itself on, and then it's just like the wheels started moving, and then it's just like, oh, okay. Are we done yet? Or we have another puberty like coming up. And then it's just like now it's just like since I've gone through it, now I'm just like, okay, like I'm in my woman body. Like I'm not a girl anymore, I'm a woman. It's like that final stage of your brain kind of just getting in that, your body kind of getting in that mood, like, okay, you're growing into a woman. You're no longer a girl, if you have baby fat, you lose it, everything sets in, like, finally.
Kind of like mentally, too. And do you kind of feel like the mindset shift, too, of kind of coming from a girl into a woman, like what that looks like? Definitely.
It's like the mindset shifts from, like, okay, like, what's a good example? Like, okay, your period, for example. When you're a girl, obviously, when you're younger, it's like horrible. Like when you first get it, it's horrible. Then you grow up, it starts to, do its own thing. And then, so like, for me, per se, now it's just like, now mine's like chilled out. Like mine was like 7 days, then it was 5 days, then it was 4 days, and went back to 7. And then all of a sudden, now it's only like 5 days. And then like, it's like solid 5 days. Like it's not changing anymore. But like when I was going through that puberty, it was going back and forth, back and forth. Now I'm not doing anything different. Why is my cycle different every month? As a woman, like you're just like, what? And then, I go to the doctor like I should. I get my checkups like I should. And nothing's wrong. So I'm just like, okay, so why am I, dealing with this like weird moment? And that's when I found out I was going through my second puberty. Because somebody else told me, another woman, she told me. And I'm like, oh my God, this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it feels like, you get all the feelings of like the emotions that we go through when we're on our cycle and stuff, but like amplified. And it's like you're like, so the second puberty is necessary for your body. Like your body's finally going through those final changes and like setting into it, but.
Okay. I guess I've never had heard of that before, that concept. Yeah. So I'm like,
I didn't either till I was told it. A lot of people don't, and I'm surprised. I'm like, this should be talked about way more than it should. Look, on TikTok, there's a whole rabbit hole about it. Shout out to the females on TikTok spreading awareness, because all women pay attention. We go through a lot. As women, we go through a lot. Biologically, just being a woman, our bodies go through a lot. Not even just what goes on in our personal life. So
just like hormonal too, and just emotionally.
Those change too.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you'll have it before you're 27. Because I definitely before you're 28.
Because I definitely know, like maybe I'm kind of already in that.
Yeah.
And maybe too, it's just like maturity. I'm seeing too, where things that I would have done when I was younger, now it's like, okay, when you know better,
that's part of it too.
You choose better.
That's the mental part.
Yeah.
That's part of it too. Like you really just like, I swear, a switch flip, and it's like, okay,
like I could do this, but I know if I do that, what's gonna have the consequences. I'm not gonna do that. Exactly. I'm gonna do this, and even if it's harder, I know it's gonna be beneficial.
But you're more
me.
willing to do it,
and I'm more willing to, and just not being as stubborn. I feel like too, when I was younger, it was more like, okay, I have to do that, and I don't need any help, and
I am stubborn. Like, I mean, I still am to this day, and I try, but I have always been stubborn. Oh my goodness.
Have you, like, has anything helped you kind of with that as you gotten older, your second puberty?
letting go. You gotta let it go. Like, you know what? Like, I've thought about it too, like things I've been stubborn about. Like, did I really just sit there and waste all that energy on being stubborn? I did. Did that person really deserve all my energy? No. Now am I mad at myself for giving that energy? Absolutely. So that's how I look at it now. Like, you know, if something is going to take energy from me, is it even worth it?
That's huge. Yeah.
Because if it's true, the saying, if it doesn't matter in 5 minutes, it's not going to matter down the road. Like, it's just not.
Whether it's like being right, whether it's, you know, doing what you want to do and not listening.
And I was somebody who, like, I always wanted to be right because I was always wrong. And it's something that went into my relationships, like I was always wrong. Even though I was right, they told me I was wrong. So then when I get into, you know, a healthy relationship and it's like that person's just generally right, just, you know, just they're just saying the right things. I'm just saying the wrong things. I want to be right so bad that I'm like, no, I'm right. I'm right. Like, no, I'm not. And that's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Wow. And what was like that, you said just letting go of the pride?
Yeah, you really just got to suck it up and really just, like, swallow your pride. Like, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong in this situation. You're right. So I'm just going to give it to you. And, you know, when you do that, it actually is a lot better because you're not giving so much energy to that and giving it so much power. Like, stubbornness, like, the more stubborn you are, the more power you're giving to something to allow you to feel like this. It's true.
That's huge.
Like,
yes.
It's just like, so it's like, are you really going to sit there and allow somebody to make you feel like this? No, because that's giving you power over my energy. Yeah. And I'll be damned. You ain't going to take my power away from me.
No.
As hard as I work to keep it. Like,
right. You have the choice and just really telling yourself that and choosing that.
Yeah. Wow. And it's really like, I think after that second puberty is when all that stuff, like, especially the mental aspect is like, when it's like, oh, you know what? Because honestly, a year ago, yeah, I would have been stubborn. Absolutely. You knew me a year ago? Absolutely. Still stubborn attitude. Like, on. But after, you know, this year of just being 27 and just, you know, going through all that, it's just like, no, I'm good. You think you're right? Sure, whatever. Go be right. I know what's right and wrong. So as long as I know that and I know what the truth is, I really don't care.
Oh my gosh, that's huge. And I think that's definitely a lot, it's going to be really important for, like, people to hear that, too. Just people who feel like they've been wronged or holding on to the pride of, like, oh, you know, I felt like I was wrong by the world. I have to do things this way, or you're not. Or I honestly feel like sometimes it comes from a place of not feeling heard sometimes. And,
yeah. And for me, I was a child that wasn't heard. Like, and when I did need to be heard, you know, God and the Bible were shoved down my throat. So it's just like I wasn't heard, and I wanted you to hear me. And that definitely plays out in my adult life. Like, that's stuff that I'm, like, actively working on. And I've even, you know, talked about it with my therapist. Like, there was points in my life I was not heard. My story has been told for me my entire life from birth. I didn't even get a chance. Somebody already told my story the minute they took me away from my biological mother. They started writing my story for me. Wow. I didn't get a chance to write my story. So now that I'm sharing my story, you know, this is me. Yeah. And, you know, I was somebody who did not like to admit when they were wrong, did not take accountability for nothing. Oh, my God. I've worked on that. But, like, I really used to not take accountability for nothing. I'd be like, and I could have done it. I could have done it. Knew I did it. And still is going to sit here and be like, no, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And be like, no, I didn't do that. Yeah. So, I mean, it just really takes time. And honestly, you just got to want to do better. Because you can always be better and you can always do better. Yeah. But you have to want that. Yeah. If you don't want it, you just won't. And there are, unfortunately, some people who grow up, you know, to be the age of 60, who just never did better, don't want better, and, you know, are okay doing the same thing every single day for their whole life. And that's, you know, that's what they want to do. To each their own. But, you know, over here, now we're not doing that.
Was that like a flip that changed within you, or have you always wanted to do better?
I was always very an overachiever. I was I'm a really smart person. I say I'm a smarter kid. I definitely, as a kid, I was super smart. And I always knew that even though I got an A, I could get an A+. So that's kind of how I looked at life. Like, I always knew even if I did good, I could do better. If I did this, I could do more. But it's like, it got to the point to where it's like, could you handle more? And at the time, I thought I did. I could, and clearly I couldn't.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, yeah, it's just something I go through.
That's like another real test too, is sometimes you think you can handle it.
Yeah.
But actually once it's there, or even we have to get prepared to handle more. And it's that season of preparation, that season of putting or being in situations of testing our patience, and being in situations of, okay, you know you could lash out and be prideful, and you're right, but how are you going to handle that?
Oh, God,
to
that is
give
so
you
true.
that preparation to handle more. And that's what they don't talk about either.
No, that is so true. Like, really stopping yourself in that moment and being like, okay, what can we do? Like, I was on the train, I was on the green line, and I have asthma. So, again, cigarette smoke bothers the crap out of me. It always has. It's always been a trigger. I do not like it. So this guy was smoking a cigarette on the train, and like, I could not get off the car. And I was upset. I was visibly upset. And usually, I wouldn't say nothing to nobody on the train, because you know how people can be in this city. So usually I wouldn't say nothing, but I was really just upset. And without trying to like yell at him, I really had to sit there and be like, okay, if you're about to say something to him, you need to take a breath and you need to say it calmly. Because if you say it how you want to say it, you are alone on this train. I'm going to need you not to do that. We don't need to try to fight an old man today. Because the way I was going to speak to him, like, he would have been trying to fight and I would have fought back. So, and I told him, I just looked at him like, hey, like, there's people with breathing problems. Like, and he looked at me, he shrugged, and I'm like, well, I have asthma and I can barely breathe right now. And I can't get off this cart, unfortunately, because this train's moving. But I really hope the next time you do that, you think about other people on this train and not just you.
Oh, that is so mature.
Somebody told me I shouldn't have said nothing.
No, I think that too. It does force him to realize that, hey, why are you doing this? First of all, you shouldn't be smoking a cigarette in a train.
This a grown man. He about 60. He know damn well what he doing.
Right.
Like, he just did not care because nobody ever said anything. And then, it's a bunch of white people on the train. They're not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
So, and they're all looking at me like, oh my God, did she
spoke
say
your
something?
truth. Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, I put it out. I'm like, well, it's too late. I'm already switching cars. I told him, God bless you. Have a good day. And I walked away. And I switched cars. And I said it because it's just like, you know what? You don't have to want to care about other people around you or care about that. But, just be mindful.
It is.
Be mindful. Like, that stuff, it's a train car with no ventilation. Like, sure, you want a hot box. Okay, but hot box something that's...
I don't want a hot box.
Not a train. Not a train. Like, the bus is already enough. So, like, the train, like, and I could have really, like, popped off on him like I wanted to. But I really, like, sat there, like, and thought about it, like, let's be realistic.
And that's where I feel like, too, meditation comes into place, too, because you didn't go on that urge of just wanting to react in that moment. You really sat with the feeling, okay, what do I want to say to him? And then you handled it with grace. You still told him how you felt, but you didn't just yell at him being like, what the fuck, what are you doing? People are on this train. No, you told him like, hey, look, more in the sense of thinking about others. And it's already done now. So, but for the next time, think about this.
Yeah, because he put it out. So what I said made him feel a type of way. To some degree.
Yep.
Whether he wanted to admit it or not, you put it out. But it didn't matter. It was already too late. But at least that tells me what I just said triggered something in you, but in a good way. And if I yelled at him, would he have been that responsive? No. It would have just been another argument. And the white people would have looked at it as another argument between two black people. That's what they would have looked at it as. And it could have been spun this whole narrative. Somebody could have recorded it. It could have, ended up online. And it's just like that was all avoided just because I took that second to really think. And sometimes I really do talk without thinking. Sometimes I really do. I still do. I did it last week. I had to apologize for it. It happens. It's a work in progress.
It is.
But as long as you actively try to do it, Like, I think that's what matters.
And I think, too, it shows that he respected you.
Yeah.
He may not have liked you coming up to him, but it does show that he put it out right then and there, and you don't even know the effects you have on him. Because maybe now that you, just by saying that to him, made him think, you know what, why am I doing this? Why am I smoking these cigarettes? And maybe now he is on the way to quitting because he realized, you know what, this does hurt people. Not only does it hurt people with asthma and breathing problems, it's hurting me.
And that's
like,
why,
I don't need to do this.
He's an older guy, so then I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, I'm young. And I know I look younger than I am to you. I know you think I'm probably like a teenager. So either way it goes, regardless what age he thought I was. It's like, you knew I was younger and you knew it affected me. You being the age you are, you could have chose to listen or to not. You could have just kept smoking and ignored me and said, fuck you, bitch. Say, get out of my face. Like, I don't care. No, you chose to sit. You listened, even though you might not have wanted to. You listened. You put it out, and then you showed me you put it out. That's what got me. He showed me. Like, you didn't have to show me. You could have put it out, put it in your pocket, and not said nothing to me. But no, he was like, oh, I put it out. Like, hands up. And I'm just like, just do better next time. That's what I told him. Like, just do better. And think about other people and not just yourself. Like, sometimes we have to, even if we don't want to think about other people. Sometimes it's just like the thing to do.
Exactly, that, like, accountability. You learn that.
Okay. Like,
we're learning that.
Okay, like, we're really all just, if you think about it, we're all just living life for the first time. Well, to our knowledge. To our subconscious knowledge. But, like, we're really just out here living life, all, like, trying to figure it out. So, like, you got to give more grace. And I was somebody who had to learn how to give grace. I did not give grace. I used to not give grace. I mean, literally up to 6 months ago. Like, it is something recently I've been learning, like, and it's hard. Like,
how did you learn to give grace?
I started to have to kind of being in a, like, selfish mindset of, like, wanting to fix you and everything. It's kind of just like, you can't disregard other people's feelings and situations. And that's what I was doing. I was disregarding other people's feelings and situations just because, like, I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to me. And I wasn't giving them the grace they were giving me. And they pointed it out to me, and I'm like, oh, wow. Like, you're right. Like, that's not fair to you. You give me grace. But I sit here and I don't give you none. So at that point, I'm like, okay, well, don't give me grace if I don't give you grace. Because I'm just like, that's going to help me, teach me how to, like, give grace. Because if I'm not receiving it, that means I have to give it. Which is something I'm still learning. But it's just like, you got to be a little bit more empathetic. You never know what people go through.
Or even the fact, even if you're not giving them grace, that doesn't mean you're not deserving of grace.
Exactly.
You're still deserving of it. And it's kind of, that mindset of not kicking yourself down while you're down either. Like, oh, well, I'm not doing this perfectly. I'm not doing this. So now you need to take it away from me. I don't deserve it.
Like, at least you're doing it.
Yeah, and that's what grace is.
Like,
it's you don't have to earn it.
Yeah.
It's always given to you.
It is. And it's like, we're giving grace the minute we're born. So it's like, it's just something that, because people give us grace when we're babies and we're learning. You have to have grace with babies, like you do. You're teaching them about the world, about numbers, letters, colors, everything. Like, you have to have grace. You have to have patience, and that's something, like, I actively work on. And, like, with grace, like, I'm still working on, like, learning how to give people grace, like, without really catching myself, like, oh, I did not give you grace in this situation. Like, I just want to be able to that it just radiates off me. That's where I'm working towards.
And I'm noticing too, sometimes when we don't give it to others, we're not giving it to ourselves.
That's the other thing too. Like, I had to look at, like, my life now. Like, I am not where I thought I would be at this age, but also I just went through a lot within the last 4 years alone in my health. That, like, from my accident to surgeries back to back, for me to be in the position I am now, from that, like, I really, like, and this was something I figured out, like, a week ago. Like, just giving myself grace, like, you know what, you may not be where you are, but look how far you came. Look what you just went through. Give yourself grace. Like, you know, and I'm like, wow, like I really did that. Like I really was very sick, so sick. And I was in and out of apartments. I was moving constantly. And now it's like, now I'm in my own place. I'm in a stable home. I'm building a home for myself. And it's just like, you know, it's going to take some time. I got to catch up. I was out of life for like 2 years. I got to give myself grace. Just like everyone else is giving me grace. I got to give it to me though. And that's like my biggest thing I'm working on, like with my grace, is giving it to myself. Like, how can I give it to myself? So that was the most recent thing that I like realized, like, wow, you know what? I'm not where I want to be, but it's okay. Yeah. Because nobody knew 2023 and 2024 were going to be like that. It just came 2026. Yeah. Like I have been, like, it's only been a year and a few months that I've had where I have not been sick or hospitalized like I was. So it's just like, I got to give myself grace. Like, you're getting back on your feet. We're getting there. We're working there, but you got to be patient too. Yes. That is so amazing. Like, and just the knowledge too that you have of that, and like the realization, and it's just beautiful to hear that you weren't in that spot, but now you are. And it just shows how far you've come. And like, I didn't realize I wasn't giving myself grace. Yeah. And like, once I realized I didn't give myself grace, and I'm like, this whole time I haven't been giving myself grace. I'm like, I need to do this. I should be here. And, you know, just because, you know, I had a projection of what I wanted my life to be. And, you know, our life's already written. We're literally just reading each chapter sentence by sentence, like every day. We're taking it day by day. But like, you know, just giving myself grace and being like, no, like, you know what? You pulled yourself out from there. You have worked your ass off since then. You know, I'm somebody who always had 2 to 3 jobs prior to all of that. So for me, not working 2 to 3 jobs is like, oh, you're not doing enough. No, I'm doing more than enough. I'm resting now. Yes. I'm resting. I didn't have, you know, there was a point in my life where I worked 7 days a week for, I don't even remember how long I did it. It was some months. Like, and it was just 7 days a week I was working. Wow. I never gave my body time to rest. Yeah. Now, you know, my work schedule, it's nice because it's just like, I was part-time, now I'm full-time. And it was nice to have that little part-time and like actually be like, no, you know what? You know, take your time for your body to rest. Yeah. That's why, you know, I ended up with the health issues I did because I wasn't resting. I never took time to rest. I was always go, this, that, like constant. And it's like, now I give my body the time to rest, and now it's like, okay, cool. Yeah. What are some ways that you give yourself grace now? I know you mentioned a little bit of like, rest. Yeah, definitely rest. Just being patient with myself. Like, you know, I may not be where I thought I'd be, but I'm liking where I'm at. I never, you know, I like where I'm at right now in life, and I like the way it's going. So I'm going to just keep working towards it. Like, you know, you just really got to take everything day by day, take it with a grain of salt. All those sayings, they're so true. It really is. Like, and I'm somebody who used to always worry about the past and the future. Never was in the present moment. Now I'm living in the present. So now it's just like, you know what? Yeah, if something happens, oh well. Yeah. Everything's meant to happen. Like, I'm somebody who believes in everything is meant to happen for a reason. It is. Amen. I promise you, I live by this. Good or bad, it's going to happen for a reason, whether we like it or not. And as unfortunate as, you know, a situation could be, it's like, it happens. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen regardless how we feel about it, regardless if we don't want to feel those emotions. It's going to happen. It's how you choose to respond. And that's the thing about life is our life is written for us, but we are given choices. Like, we are given the power to choose. You may pray and ask God for something, and he might present you with the opportunity that will lead you to what you're praying for. But if you don't choose that opportunity, you're not supposed to go that way, and that's okay. Like, everything happens for a reason, and, you know, I thought my life was going to be so different. And everything happened to me for a reason because my body was like, you need to stop. You have not rested. Yeah. Like, I've been working since I was 16, 27. Been working since I was 16. So I've been working for over 10 years, and I've always worked multiple jobs. And my body was so just not taken care of. and I wasn't taking care of myself, and it just got to the point where it was like so much, like, and it's like my body gave up. And so once the hospital and everything, and it was like, okay, now I can give like my body resting, which in favor has, you know, it played out in my favor, you know, over time.
Yeah, just sometimes when we feel like being productive, that the rest is productive.
The rest is productive. The rest is needed. Okay, the rest is needed.
Yeah. Yeah, on that note, we'll wrap up. This has been a great podcast.
This has.
Like, just hearing your stories, and
hearing yours too. Can I ask you questions one episode? I want to know more about yours.
Yes.
I'll ask you questions.
Okay, how about this? You can ask me one question right now.
Okay.
Just so, yeah. I like that idea.
Were you adopted with any siblings? Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, so I have 2 siblings who also are adopted.
So are you blood related?
No.
Okay, so none of you are blood related.
None of us are blood related.
Okay, twinning, love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So were you from the same place, or were you just from the same agency?
Neither.
Okay.
So I was adopted from Kazakhstan, and my 2 siblings I have a younger sister, and a younger brother. So I'm the oldest, and they both are adopted from China, different parts of China.
Okay.
So they're not blood related either.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, and my story too is I was adopted by a single mom. So
she knew she wanted to be a mother.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly. You know.
She knew. Y'all, if y'all don't know, adoption actually you have to pay for that too. Like it is not free. You pay these. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. She knew. Her mom knew she wanted to be a mom.
Yes.
Because you ain't single and just going to adopt a kid just because. I promise you, because I'm not going to go adopt a kid just because. No. Yeah. She knew she wanted to be. I love that. That's really good.
She did. So she kind of had, an epiphany moment and just realized that she wanted to be a mom more than she wanted to be a wife. And that's where her search became, and she just knew she...
Queen.
Yeah.
Queen energy.
Yeah, just stayed in who she was, and kind of similar where even when her family and her parents were like, well, you should get married, and when are you going to get married, and the pressure.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, just listening to herself and being like, no, I'm going to adopt.
Yeah.
And didn't matter what anyone else said.
Love that. She knew what she wanted.
She knew she knows what she wants. She does. She definitely is that. So yeah, okay. You have like one more question too, and if not, like no pressure. It is.
When did she tell you when you were adopted? Like, did she sit down and tell you? Did you kind of have the moment where you're looking around like, okay, like what's going on?
It's a great question. So she was always very open about it.
Oh.
So from a very young age, I knew. But similar, my mom is white, has tight curl hair, so I knew. We did not look the same,
but
similar.
Her being so open about it, I love that for you.
So she would talk to me about it. I think when I was younger, I didn't want to hear about it. I was more of that shame of, I didn't want to hear it because I almost wanted to pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear it. It hit a little too close to home. And now more so, we'll talk about it, stories. She'll kind of tell me how it was and, what the process looked like. And she's been very open about it the entire time.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Because a lot of people don't get that. And that can be talked about on another episode. But a lot of people do not get that open transparency about their adoption. I know I didn't. I know my siblings didn't. I know I have friends who don't even know if who they say, were adopted by, or even, that, it's a lot of people, and it's not just, here, all over the world.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that get adopted and don't know anything. No one's really open about it. So I love that your mom was so open and transparent about it. Like, she made sure, no. And that's what every adoption should be like. I feel like it's truly just like letting the kid know. Yeah, when we're young, we're probably like, no, you're my mom, you're my mom. But when we grow up, because it helps you with that identity. It helps you, figure it out. Like, oh no, like you knew where you came from when you were younger, even if you didn't want to hear it.
And she always was more of like, you were chosen. Like, I chose you.
Yeah, no, and that's what, as crazy as my narcissistic mother is, that's what she told me, because I used to get bullied for being adopted in elementary school, because they'd be like, your parents are white and you're black, and da-da-da. And I went to a very white-dominated school. I lived in a white-dominated area, and she always told me to tell them that I was chosen and their parents are stuck with them. So that was my comeback to all you bitches that bullied me in elementary school. Everyone, like, that was my number one saying, like, at least I was chosen. Your parents are stuck with you, which is true. I was chosen. No matter how, life was growing up, I was chosen. And so, it was nice to have that certainty of being chosen. And just knowing, somebody did want you.
They want you.
Because sometimes in adoptions, a lot of people don't feel that. They don't feel like, they're really wanted, or, they're separated from their brother and sister, and then it's like, oh, they don't want me, they just want my brother, and that happens a lot.
Definitely does. So I think it does give you that kind of some confidence in yourself of knowing, all right, not only am I chosen, like I'm wanted, I'm seen, I can feel safe here. So, oh my gosh, we're definitely going to have a second episode, because I already have way more questions.
Boy,
I don't even know what time it is.
I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah, I know you have your thing.
What time is it? Oh, perfect timing.
That's crazy, because you said you wanted to be done by 8.
Perfect timing.
And I didn't even know.
I'm sure sitting here like, okay, I know an hour has passed, but I don't know past that. I'm like, how much more?
Same. I was like,
that was perfect timing.
I don't know how much either.
But it's so dark out.
Before we wrap up, what is one thing that you would say to your younger self? And then how do we find you?
Ooh, one thing I would say to my younger self, this is crazy because I actually have to like write a letter to my younger self for therapy for next week.
It was right on perfect timing.
I was like, I kind of got to do this, but I would tell her that life is going to turn out so much better than she ever could hope so, because she just has to remain strong and know that she can literally get through anything that is about to hit her. That is true. Like, I wish I could go back and tell her, like, life's gonna be great. You have no idea.
You are the fulfilling prophecy of that right now.
Yeah. So I would just tell her, don't worry, just keep going. You could do it, and just don't give up, because it's one thing I never did was give up. So, but y'all can find me at ShawneeJ.222 on all social media platforms. You spell it SHAWNEEJ.222. Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, those are really my main ones. So, you can find me on there.
It has been such a pleasure having you on here. So
Thank you.
So
it's
excited.
A pleasure talking. Oh my God, I just want to keep talking about this.
We'll talk more.
We definitely are.
We definitely
got y'all, because this is crazy. Like, and I've never sat down and like talked about adoption like this. So thank you for giving me a platform to do that, because I feel like a lot more people, especially people who are grown and haven't really had a chance to talk about their adoption, definitely should have a chance to be able to do so.
Definitely, yes. And that's where I'm really creating a space for, is not only for us to talk about it now, but also help the younger people too, who are going through these emotional experiences, who don't know how to regulate their emotions, who haven't tried meditating yet, and showing them, okay, I've been there, I know how it is. Hang in there. It gets better. We promise. It gets better.
You get adult money and things get better.
It really does. So I just thank you so much for just sharing your knowledge too, because I know it's going to help a lot of people.
Well, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So with that, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Thank you. First podcast done.
Woo, we did it.
Yay.
The fact that your mom is so open and I want to talk to her now. Like,
no, I want to have her on the podcast.